Hello everyone. We are so used to living in concrete blocks that we can't even imagine what it's like to live any different. Can you imagine a house with just 12 square meters of living space? What do breathing buildings look like? And is it possible to create a home with the help of a G-code and a pile of clay? Let's find out today. Even if you haven't watched Space Odyssey and you've never been a sci-fi fan, this house will still impress you. Just like in an actual spaceship, almost all systems here are controlled by artificial intelligence. An authentic exterior and a fantastic atmosphere inside is a powerful combination. The house consists of 3 modules with a total area of 1,300 square feet, and there's enough space on board for the entire crew. The house is designed to accommodate up to 8 people. What do you think of when you hear the word igloo? A dome with a diameter of a couple of dozens of square feet, an arch instead of a door, and snow benches as the only furniture. Time to change your mind. This Alaskan campsite is a new take on traditional Inuit homes. These houses are made from fiberglass and feature a giant window on the ceiling to watch the northern lights. The igloo is available for rent and offers every amenity. It has electricity, a bed, a dining area, and a bathroom with a shower. Well, you'll still have to get used to some of the nuances. Just check out this toilet. This house doesn't fit into the notion of the forest hut either. Nevertheless, it's what it is. More precisely, that's a modular dwelling designed by the French to reconnect with nature. One of the highlights of this mobile module is the 16-foot window, which will allow you to enjoy panoramic views. Despite only 183 square feet as a living space, this house features a spacious bedroom and bathroom. It's curious that the creators even found a place for a wardrobe here, but alas, the kitchen is not included. So you gotta check whether they deliver pizza in this area. Why build up the already overpopulated residential areas with new houses if you can reasonably use the space given to you by nature? This cute elderly couple thought so too, and built a home for themselves right in the rock. Although this is basically an artificially created cave, the interior is nothing like the Flintstones town. It's quite modern, and at the same time provides a cozy atmosphere. See it for yourself. If you dreamed of becoming a pirate back when you were a kid, or maybe you didn't give up hope even now, or if you just enjoy the romance of the sea, we found an exciting place for you. The ship is almost 100 years old. It was built and launched back in 1924 by the corporation of Henry Ford himself. Some of the rooms on board were designed by him personally.
In the dining hall, Benson Ford ship house.
The luxurious interiors make it pretty clear. In 1981, the ship was bought and retrofitted into a 4-story summer house with an area of 7,000 square feet. You can take a look at it near the rocks of South Bass Island in Ohio. Another floating house in the middle of the ocean? Come on, we've got something better. Yes, this is a resort located off the coast of Tanzania. Here, you can enjoy the scenery of the underwater world without scuba diving. On the upper deck, there's a chill zone, a bathroom and a sleeping place right under the open sky. Isn't that a dream destination? Let's see if we have Netflix fans here. Do you see a reference to a certain series here? Give us a like if you realize that's a location from the Squid Game, but don't jump to conclusions just yet. It may seem that the complex was inspired by the headline-making dystopian series, but actually it was the creators of the series who were inspired by the bizarre design. At least many believe they were, although the director himself refers to a drawing by a Dutch artist. The resemblance to a labyrinth is pretty clear. The residential complex Red Wall was built in the late 60s of the last century in the Spanish municipality of Calpe. The entire project features rooms intertwined with many stairs, platforms, and bridges, and includes 50 apartments, from small studios to luxury apartments. Residents also have access to roof terraces, a swimming pool, and a sauna. Details that, for better or worse, were left behind the scenes of the Squid Game. Let's be honest, would you even look at this old train car during a walk? Okay, maybe you would come to take a closer look, but you'll probably be surprised to find out that this is, without exaggeration, the most popular place to rent on Airbnb in East Tennessee. What you see is a former restaurant car of a 1943 military train. It was retrofitted for rent by the American Dean Smith and his family. Now you can comfortably stay there just like in a fully fledged hotel room with all the amenities. These days, you can hardly surprise anyone with a house on wheels. What about a house with blades? Technically, this is not someone's permanent residence, only a rented place to sleep, though it was created from a real army helicopter in the British park Ream Hills. It easily accommodates 2 adults and 2 kids. Inside, you'll find sleeping places, a sink with a kettle, a microwave, and a mini fridge. In case you're wondering, there are no toilets and showers on the ship, but guests can use nearby amenities. Check out the guest park made from abandoned buses at an altitude of almost 2,000 feet in the mountains of China. Tourists can ride a cable car and enjoy stunning views. What else can you do on the islands if not enjoy tropical landscapes and reconnect with nature? It's important to choose the perfect place for that. You can find it in the Green Village complex in Bali. The uniqueness of this villa, which looks like a traditional pagoda, lies not so much in the exterior, but in the material it's made from. The house is completely made of bamboo. And when we say completely, we mean it. It's not just the walls, the floor, and the roof. Even the sofas, tables, chairs, and beds are made of bamboo too. Wait, so the benefits of civilization like TV and a refrigerator are just props made from plants too? Not quite. The house is equipped with the necessary and real household appliances. The 4 floors feature 3 bedrooms with bathrooms, a living room, a dining room, a kitchen, a sitting area, and an office, as well as an observation deck, a private garden, and a swimming pool. What do ancient Greek mythology, the worlds of Tim Burton, African folklore, and space travel have in common? You can find all that in a hotel in Belgium. This unique place is located in a tiny town in the province of Luxembourg. Instead of ordinary rooms, guests experience entire universes. You can feel like the first man on the moon, the owner of a French vineyard, or a troll living under a bridge. Each room has all the perks of the 21st century, and the cost per night starts from $135. The highlight of the hotel, the Trojan Horse Room, is pricey though. To relax in a 2-level suite and feel like a part of the Homer epos, you will have to pay $280 per night. The house moving by itself looks surreal, but that was the original idea. This project of an apartment building was created in the heart of Zurich by the designers from Manuel Hertz Architectural Bureau. The dynamic facade is not only for the sake of beauty. The moving panels on the two lower floors are powered by hydraulics, either protecting the premises from the sun or forming unusual balconies. The house looks frighteningly alive when it's moving, don't you think? What do you need to build a cozy house with 645 square feet of living area? A pile of clay, a 3D printer, and 200 hours of work. That's all you need, according to the guys from Italy who created this project. The result was two interconnected domes, 138 feet high. The outer walls are 350 layers of clay, and the ribbed surface not only ensures structural stability, but also acts as a thermal barrier. The house is fully eco-friendly, equipped with services and a round skylight, and consists of a living room, a kitchen, and a sleeping area. The entrance is closed by a glass door. It looks very impressive, especially at night. This house in a residential area of bustling Tokyo looks more like an animal enclosure, all because the architect was inspired by a gorilla forest. During a trip to Rwanda, he was so fascinated by these majestic animals that he decided to combine nature and city life in one project. Almost half of the house, with 1,420 square feet of area, is occupied by vegetation referring to the jungle, and the other half is made of natural materials. To be honest, gorillas are a rather unusual source of inspiration, but who can tell what these creative people have in their heads, right? The house in the photo doesn't seem like anything special, except for the mysterious shape. But believe us, it has a lot to offer. It's hard to believe, but this concept was designed in a country famous for its old architecture and Viking heritage. That is, Denmark. The hexagonal prism can move thanks to the legs with a pneumatic drive, reaching a speed of up to 197 feet per hour. The artists say that their idea was inspired by gypsy tribes, and if you look closely, it does look like a nomadic cart. The house consists of modules and is intended for 4 people, though the design can be changed. The interior is quite minimalistic. And yes, this of course is not Howl's Moving Castle, but it came as close to it as possible. We are back in Japan. Where else can you find something so minimalistic and elegant at the same time? This is not just a house. In this project, the architect Junya Ishigami combined living space with a trendy restaurant. The most amazing thing about the building is the way it was created. Holes were dug in the ground, filled with concrete, and then the rest of the soil was removed and the structure was reinforced. Inside the house restaurant, you'll find a labyrinth with columns and arched openings. Quite a unique look. The perfect lodge for anyone who's crazy about Thailand, but who had enough of hotel rooms or typical bungalows.
These here are the clay mushroom houses.
Do you think the building looks more like a snail or maybe some kind of mushroom? The house is entirely made of clay and is designed for 5 people. On an area of more than 1,000 square feet, there are 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and other amenities. Originally, it was built by a local family for their own needs, reconnecting with nature and meditation. But today, everyone can book it. Moreover, for a rather affordable price, $80 per person per night. Is this some kind of Stonehenge analog, or a crustacean hiding in the desert sands? Known as Doolittle's house, this example of organic architecture rests among the California rocks. Designed back in the 80s by Kendrick Bangs Kellogg, the concept took nearly 20 years to complete. The The house consists of 26 cast concrete vertebrae. You won't find the usual windows here, but although it looks like the desert landscape outside, the space inside is very modern and offers everything you might need for a convenient life of a person who's used to all the benefits of civilization. Another seemingly crude example of architecture, which actually holds a true treasure inside. However, this is what the authors of the project had in mind. The facade of this manor in Spain with a 100-year history was deliberately left untouched as a sign of respect for cultural traditions, while the interior was reimagined. As a result, a house features an organic exterior and stylish interior, not to mention a glass bridge on the side. After seeing this strange building with your own eyes, you'd almost certainly think that this is some kind of conceptual art object, until it starts moving. This interactive hut is located in the Chinese village of Xiahuayuan. No one controls the movement of the walls. The built-in hydraulic system raises and lowers the panels depending on the temperature outside. That is, when it falls below 16 degrees Celsius or goes above 29 degrees. The building consists of 16 prefabricated glass concrete panels and serves as a tourist center, a souvenir shop, or if necessary, even a stage. How'd you like the idea of spending your holiday in Switzerland in this 200-year-old tattered house instead of a comfortable chalet? As they say, you don't judge the house by its facade. So let's take a look inside. The architect of the project were aiming for elegant minimalism. Here you'll find a living room, sleeping places, and a cozy fireplace. Well, ain't that the right atmosphere to relax? You might have heard about the so-called deer stands, platforms or even enclosed areas located high enough to provide hunters with a better view during their hunt. Enthusiast Jesse Kaufman from Wisconsin built the first and only deer stand inside. Yep, inside the school bus. It rises 280 feet above the ground, but there's nothing supernatural inside the abandoned bus. Just a couple of armchairs, a TV, and a card table. But those who appreciate some quality alone time would certainly like to spend a couple of evenings there. Take a closer look. Does it remind you of anything? This place is located in Galveston, Texas, and it's known as the Kessel House. This unusual building was completed in the 60s of the last century, but surprisingly enough, no one lived there back then, until a couple of years ago. It was purchased and retrofitted as a beach house for rent. The place has everything for a comfortable life for 6 people. King-size beds, Wi-Fi, a kitchen that also acts as a dining room, a living room, and even a private patio with amazing views. This hut doesn't strike you as a fully fledged home, but not because of its size. The thing is, this is a Japanese tea house. In fact, just a room for a tea ceremony. Beetle's House, as the architect Teranobu Fujimori called it, was built in 2010 for an architectural exhibition dedicated to small spaces. The facade and interior, as required by tradition, are very minimalistic, but according to the Eastern philosophy, this is the highest form of art. Would you like to have a cup of your favorite tea here? You have to admit, you feel like this tiny house just fell onto the roof right from space. Well, that explains a lot. There's a reason the house is called the Fallen Star. It's located on the 7th floor of a building on the campus of the University of San Diego and serves as an exhibit only. Well, you wouldn't expect anyone to live here anyway. We don't know how calm you gotta be to experience an endless fall all the time. Our tour is over for today, buddy. Give a like to the creative guys. Tell us in the comments which house you'd like to visit and which one you'd love to live in. And see you in the next one. You like movies but don't always find a couple of free hours? Subscribe to the Salty Popcorn channel. Here we reveal in detail the plots of the coolest films that are definitely worth seeing. Intrigued? Then we look forward to the next session. Don't forget to bring your popcorn. Enjoy watching.